Maggie, who do you think is the biggest snub here? I mean, Matt Ryan, the league's MVP at number 10, Aaron Rodgers only at number 6 for the second year in a row, or Cam Newton falling all the way to number 44 after being number 1 last year?
I can't tell what this list is. I don't know what the criteria is for this list.
Yep.
Is it the best players from last season, or is it the projected?
One would definitely think that's the case, that it's last year's best players, because that seems to be how the players end up voting.
Yeah, but how did J.J. Watt then get in the 30s when he
as J.J. said,
was injured?
It makes the list a total joke that he's at number 35 and after a year in which he only played 3 games.
Right, so sometimes I feel like this is actually just more about reputation. And
right.
None of the guys in the top 10, I don't think I'll say, don't deserve to be there. I'm a little shocked that Ezekiel Elliott has already cracked the top 10, considering
me both.
He just came off his rookie year, and it does make it seem a little silly that he didn't win Offensive Rookie of the Year, and It was Dak Prescott who won that award, even though the two of them went up on stage together, as we recall, at that NFL honors. For me, I think if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I got to take a look in the mirror maybe and see why am I 6th on this list when
For the second year in a row.
And I'm probably the second best player in the league if you're saying Tom Brady would be 1 and Aaron Rodgers, I guess, would be right there as number 2. And I think it's about the inconsistency that he's had, but the way he finished the season last year as an MVP candidate, dark horse at the end.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that he should be upset that he's number 6. And I guess if you're going to call it a snub, I would say that him not being in the top 5, I think, is a snub.
Well, and that's the biggest thing for you touched on it right there. With Rodgers' play, he was absolutely transcendent that last kind of 8 games. The problem is the first part of the season exists and people remember it. And there was a cottage industry that sprouted up with people writing, "What's wrong with Aaron Rodgers?" Well, certainly he turned that around, and at his best, is probably better than anybody else on the planet. The problem is his play hasn't been consistent enough. If you look at all of 2015, the start of 2016, we certainly weren't looking at classic Aaron Rodgers, but then all of a sudden they turned it around. For me, I look at this list and nothing, and I'm going to get a bit in the weeds here, but nothing tells me how illegitimate this list is than the lack of David Bakhtiari being on it. The left tackle for the Green Bay Packers is absolutely one of, if not the best pass protector in the league, one of the best offensive linemen outright in the league, not even on the list.